Do you think women don't notice your shoes? I see men online all the time acting shocked by this. She won't date me because I wore old sneakers. How shallow is that? Very shallow. You're right. They're terrible. They should be looking past the shoes with holes in them that smell like a gym locker had a baby with regret and just appreciate your beautiful inner light. Except here's the thing. Women aren't blind. Women are, of course, noticing your shoes. Everybody's noticing your shoes. The barista noticed. The guy at the gas station noticed. The dog you walked past noticed and judged you hard. The only person not noticing your shoes is apparently you. And that's the problem because there are a million styles of shoes out there, and somehow you pick the ones that say, I've given up and I'm taking you down with me. Those beat up sneakers you wore to dinner, they're broadcasting a message. So today we're talking about 10 things men wear that women actually notice. Not because women are shallow or because they're sitting around with scorecards, but because your clothes are sending messages whether you mean them to or not. And if those messages include, I stopped caring in 2015, or I got dressed in the dark during a power outage, then you might want to reconsider your strategy. Or not. If that sounds at all interesting, though, you might want to stick around, because that's what's on the agenda. Now back to those shoes. The good news is this is one of the easiest things to get right, because you don't need 17 pairs. You probably need 3. Something casual that's not falling apart, something you can wear to dinner that's a step up, and whatever you exercise in that you don't wear anywhere else. That's 3 pairs. That's it. Clean them occasionally, replace them when they start looking like they've been through a war, and suddenly you're ahead of half the men out there who think one pair of ancient cross trainers works for every occasion from hiking to funerals. Most women don't care if your clothes are expensive. They don't care if they're name brands, but they care if they fit your actual body or if you're wearing a tent and hoping nobody's going to notice. You see, baggy doesn't really hide anything. It just makes you look like you're cosplaying as your dad in 1987. And too tight doesn't make you look fit. It makes you look like you're in denial about what size you actually are. If your shirt is doing that thing where it pulls across your tummy in a weird diagonal lines, women see it. If your pants bunch up around your ankles like you're smuggling groceries, they see that too. Here's the secret that might change your life. Try things on and look in a mirror. I know, revolutionary, right? Ask yourself one simple question. Does this look like it was made for me, or does it look like I grabbed something at random and prayed to the fitting gods? And if you find something that actually fits, buy 3. You just solved your entire wardrobe crisis. Because well-fitting clothes say, I'm paying attention. And ill-fitting clothes say, I'm hoping you won't notice me. I don't drink alcohol. You might have caught wind of that in my episode about how to date if you don't drink. But I still stock my house with the basics for when people come over. And my liquor store, they have a loyalty program. I even have the card tucked in the back of my wallet. It's right next to a Band-Aid with half a wrapper and a library card from 1972. Yeah, I know. The Band-Aid is probably dirtier than any paper cut I could imagine, but I digress. I was going to say that I have a loyalty program here, too. If you become a channel member, depending on the level, you might get a pretend cup of coffee and my undying gratitude. I'm serious. That's actually a real tier called Cup of Joe. But there are others, too. It's just a way to be a little more connected around here. The join button's right there if you want in. No, right down here to the left. Now you're in the know, so we can get back to the episode. Women notice your hands immediately, not in a creepy way, you just used those to pick up your coffee and they were right there in the field of vision way. And if your nails look like you've been auditioning for a part as a Victorian street urchin, that's information that they're trying to process. I'm not saying that you need weekly manicures and a side gig of hand modeling. I'm saying own a nail clipper. Use it occasionally. Moisturize, keep your nails shorter than your actual fingers. If you work with your hands and they're rough, that's fine. That's real life. Nobody expects a contractor to have the hands of somebody whose hardest daily task is opening a jar. But dirt that's been under your nails since Tuesday, that's not I work hard. That's I don't own soap and a nail brush. And if you bite your nails, congratulations. You've found a way to look both anxious and 13 years old simultaneously. I don't know, get some gum, make a contest for yourself, somehow hold yourself accountable. You can stop. Because at some point, if things go well, you might hold hands or touch somebody's face. And nobody wants to be touched by hands that look like they're just finished digging an escape tunnel. When's the last time you got a haircut? If you had to stop and calculate, maybe it's been a little too long. I'm not saying you need to go every 2 weeks like you're running for Congress. I'm saying you need to go often enough that you look like somebody who has a haircut. Not like you're growing your hair out and hoping that it'll eventually organize itself into an acceptable shape through sheer willpower. Hair doesn't do that. Hair is chaos. You have to be the one to manage it. And if you're balding, which is completely fine, own it. Get a style that works with reality. Shave it, shave your head. Stop doing that thing where you grow the sides long and drape them over the top like a sad curtain and act like nobody's noticed. Children on the street noticed. It's not fooling anyone. And the effort that you're putting into creating these illusions would be better spent literally anywhere else. Just cut it short, accept your fate, move on with dignity. And if you actually do have hair, wash it. Style it if it needs it. Don't roll out of bed looking like you lost a fight with your pillow and then just go outside like that. Your hair's right on top of this face, so it's pretty much one of the first things that people see. Make it look like you thought about it at least once since the invention of the selfie. Critical question. Do you smell clean? Not do you smell good? Clean, like soap, like laundry detergent maybe, like somebody who understands the basic concept of hygiene. Because if you smell like you skipped your last shower and made up for it with optimism, the date's already over before it's begun. Women are just waiting for an appropriate moment to fake a family emergency. Shower, use soap everywhere, not just the highlights, everywhere. Use deodorant, real deodorant that prevents smell, not body spray that tries to cover it up with something called Arctic Thunder. Wear clean clothes. I know, laundry is annoying. Do it anyway. Pull something fresh out of the drawer like an adult who's participating in society. This is free. You don't need money for this one. You just need to care enough to shower and wash your clothes before showing up to meet another human being. The bar is literally on the ground, and somehow some of you are still looking at it like that seems high, and I don't understand that. The ladies are noticing. Here's something that most men just don't know, so this is like my little PSA here, but cologne is completely unregulated. Companies can put basically whatever they want in there and call it fragrance without telling you what's actually in it because it's considered a trade secret, proprietary information. Which means that bottle you're spraying on your neck or your face could contain phthalates, synthetic musks, and a whole chemistry set of stuff linked to hormone disruption, allergies, respiratory problems, and other fun side effects that nobody mentions in those commercials with those attractive people running on the beach. And a lot of women, more women know about this, which is why a lot of them stopped wearing perfume and really don't want to smell your colognes either. Also, allergies are real. A lot of people get migraines from strong fragrances or breathing problems or nausea. It's not dramatic, it's actual biology having a bad reaction to your attempts to smell like extreme Arctic wilderness. So if you're thinking about wearing cologne, just ask first. You don't have to wear it on the first date and then ask before the second one. Just one question. And if she says yes or hesitates, then skip it. Better yet, just skip it. Smell like soap and clean clothes. That's genuinely enough. Nobody's ever been disappointed that a man smelled like he'd recently showered and understood how laundry works. Women notice your smile. It's right there on your face, hard to miss. And I'm not saying that you need perfect teeth or that you need to have spent your life savings on veneers. No, I'm saying, are they clean? Do they look like you've discovered toothpaste? And maybe whitening, because yellow teeth covered in visible plaques say I don't go to the dentist, and I've made peace with that decision in a way you should probably be concerned about. Oh my, and bad breath. That's instant game over. You could be perfect in every other way, but if your breath smells like there's something possibly died behind your wisdom teeth last month, women are done. Brush your teeth twice a day, floss, go to the dentist, and let them scrape all the bad decisions off. If you're going on a date, brush right before. Bring mints just in case you eat something that fights back. And this is kindergarten level hygiene, but somehow it needs to be said out loud to grown men who have jobs and mortgages and have it all going on. Your smile is one of the first things people see. Don't let it be memorable for all the wrong reasons. Is your shirt clean? Does it have stains that you're pretending nobody can see? Like, is the collar yellowed or frayed? Does it look like you pulled it off the floor, gave it a quick visual inspection, and decided it passed? Because women notice all of that. They notice the mystery stain near the pocket, and they notice the collar that's disintegrating. They notice if it looks like you've been wearing it for 3 consecutive days and just kept hoping it would refresh itself through ambient air circulation. And they're thinking, if this is the effort version, if this is what you wore to meet me, somebody you're supposedly trying your best and bringing your best to impress, what does your regular life look like? Because if this is you trying, I'm a little afraid of what not trying looks like. If there is a version of you that's even more disheveled, I don't know. I don't know. So if your shirt has a stain, don't wear it. If the collar's fallen apart, retire it with dignity. And if it's wrinkled like you balled it up and threw it in the corner for 2 weeks, either iron it or pick something else. This is easy. Have one shirt that is specific for this type of a situation. One date night dress shirt that looks great on you. Do better. Your closet can have options. You just need to use them. And most dates, you don't have to wear a jacket. But if you are wearing a jacket, it needs to fit. Not kind of fit. Not, well, it technically goes on my body fit. Is it too big? Does it kind of hang off your shoulders like you borrowed it from somebody substantially larger? Is it too small? Does it pull across your back like you're one deep breath away from turning into the Hulk? A good jacket makes your whole outfit look intentional, like you plan this, like you're a person who thinks about things. You don't need to wear one, but if you do, just remember that a bad jacket makes you look like you grabbed the first thing you saw and hoped nobody would notice that it doesn't fit and smells vaguely like old French fries. Your jacket is the outer layer. It's definitely what people see before your shirt even. It sets the tone for everything underneath it and below. So make sure that tone is, I'm trying, and not I've given up, but I'm still technically wearing clothes, so that counts, right? Not all jeans are created equal, and women can tell the difference. Are yours too baggy or too tight, the right length, or bunching up around your ankles like you think you might be growing another 3 inches this year? Do they have holes? And not the intentional kind. I've been wearing these since 2012 and they disintegrated a little bit kind. I know you love them. I know they're comfortable. I know that they've been with you through so much. I get it. They're special. But they may be done. Let them go. Have a small funeral if you need to and say goodbye. But I know you know when it's time to move on and get jeans that actually fit your body as it exists today, that are in good condition and don't look like they're held together by hope and one remaining thread. Not every woman notices watches, but the ones who do, they seem to really notice, because a watch says that you care about details or you think about accessories, that you're somebody who, cares about being on time. You're not just hoping that your phone will handle all the time-related concerns. So I'm not saying that you need to wear a watch. I just wanted you to know that gals who like watches are going to notice. And if you don't wear a watch, that's fine too. You don't need one. So there you have it, 10 things men wear that women actually notice. And not because women are shallow, not because they're judging every outfit like it's fashion week, but because your clothes are communicating. And if you're not thinking about what they're saying, you might be broadcasting messages that aren't what you intended to say. None of this requires a fashion degree or a trust fund. It just requires paying attention. And if you're putting effort in everywhere else, being kind and showing up on time, planning actual dates, why wouldn't you put in effort here? Make sure what you're wearing says what you want it to say. I care about how I show up. I'm making an effort. I think you're worth it. That is what women are looking for, and that's what they notice. All right, I hope you found this interesting or helpful. And before you go, please give my little mama here the thumbs up she's requesting. She told me this week my thumbs up number is concerning compared to other dating coaches. And honestly, I don't know what to do with that information, but apparently I need to step it up a lot. Don't forget to subscribe because looking like you care is half the battle and the other half is actually caring. Appreciate you hanging out with me today, and until next time, have a good one.